Hello, I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk to you about a very important topic, and that is stick floats. So stick floats are used on rivers and streams, so flowing water, and you notice that they generally got just a sort of fine taper to them, so they're quite straight floats. And you notice also there are generally two kinds. There's the first kind that has a wire stem, so a heavy wire stem that helps keep the float nice in the water, keeps it quite stable. And the other kind typically has a plastic stem. So at one time balsa wood was used, but it's recently been realized, plastic is just more uniform. You get a better sort of sitting float in the water. So most of my fishing is done when stick floating on small rivers and streams, so not very large waters. So I don't really need to cast very far. So typically I go for a smaller float. Also, these rivers and streams are pretty shallow, so I don't need anything too large. So normally I would go for something like these wire sticks when I'm fishing just a few feet deep. So these are 2 number 4s, and I think that one's 4 number 4s. So that kind of range in weights. So on a lot of these waters I'm fishing for roach and dace, and therefore I like to use floats with a thin tip. This improves bite indication. It's just easier for the fish to pull them under. However, if the water is a little bit choppier, a bit more sort of violent, so there's some vortices and it's moving a bit more erratically, then I would tend to go for a slightly larger float, and importantly, one with a dome tip. So dome tip makes it a bit easier to see in the choppy water. It's a little bit less easy for the water to drag it under, and also if your bait drags on the bottom, this is less likely to just go under. It'll sort of pick it up and move it along. So again, if I'm fishing sort of somewhere not too sort of violent on the surface, a nice thin tip, somewhere a little bit more choppy, yep, the thicker tip is ideal. So typically I would use stick floats, say on small rivers and streams, and for the method of trotting, so that's allowing your float to travel down the river, hopefully your bait acting rather naturally, enticing the fish. So in the future I'll show you a bit more about that and the particular shotting patterns I use. But here are the stick floats, essential if you're fishing on flowing water.